disadvantage against Sheik.
You know, I mean, you might be right, but it's such an odd matchup.
It really is. You know, without a lot of Olimar experience, without seeing a lot of Olimars, I feel like I'm going into this kind of blind saying that Sheik has the huge advantage because we haven't seen a lot of Olimar.
We haven't.
And, you know, it comes back to that all the time today. Everybody's talking about, wow, this Olimar.
Well, everyone just assumed when they reduced his Pikmin count to 3 that he was just bad.
Yeah, and all of his grab range, you know, is extremely nerfed. He's left with a lot fewer options. His Pikmin don't have quite the amount of they don't give you quite the amount of presence that they used to in Brawl.
Well, when you had 5 of them, I mean, you could just throw them around.
Exactly,
like
and I'm not sure if the whistle cancel is still in this game. I believe
they removed it
because the whistle cancel was a huge part of the Olimar metagame in the professional on the professional level in Brawl.
You could whistle cancel, take 35% damage, didn't matter, up smash, win.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it was a huge thing to getting back to the ground on Olimar, which is where he really struggles. And K9 absolutely has a problem right now because he SD'd early.
He did. Oh,
at 70%, man, that is not a good time.
No matter what the talent level, man, nerves are becoming a huge factor.
And at this point, we have, I think, nearly, and that's a double SD.
Oh, that's kind of disappointing.
He meant to do the bouncing fish. I saw it. He meant to do the bouncing fish.
Kind of throw that one in the trash.
Gets that down B, and you know, let's hope he can get his head back in the game.
You know,
there's a lot of money on the line right now.
Obviously, this Olimar's got him confused. And yeah, you're right. When there is cash money on the line. I'm not kidding when I say they hand you cash when you win, and you want that.
And there's a lot of it.
Yeah, you start to visualize it, and it starts to get in your head. It's part of the game. And that's basically what differentiates this from online play.
And K9 says, you know, right now with the run back to Smashville, he says, you know what, I know I can beat this Olimar. Yeah. I had an unfortunate match. Let's go again. And, you know, that's important.
Just retain your composure and
let's see if he can. He's a very calm, collected individual. I've talked to him a little bit today. He seems like a very calm individual, you know, and I really hope that he can get his head back in the game because there's nothing more unfortunate than seeing a good player struggle to win a match because, you know, he gets his head out of the game.
It was too bad. Although now, hopefully, we have the opportunity to watch him round.
And right now, he has the % lead. He's in a good spot. Let's see if he can convert.
And the thing about it, I don't know if I've seen anyone else with a better gift game than Sheik.
You know, it's really solid. The forward airs, they come out really fast, have no landing lag. You know, I got gimped on DK against his Sheik 50%.
Man, dude.
It was
Don't
a rough
worry about
game.
it, dude.
Hey, man, I'm not worried about it at all.
I mean, you lost to the number 5 player in the nation.
Hey, you know, that's what I heard. Number 5, you know, I heard he's pretty good. Now, misses the back air. Gets the grab read.
He's starting to gain control of the match.
Goes for the bouncing fish, doesn't quite convert. You know, that bouncing fish, always a danger. You always have to be watching for that off stage.
And it's pretty safe. As long as you save your jump.
It really is. It's safe on shield, too, for the most part, against most characters. Most characters don't have the speed to punish that bouncing fish off the shield.
And since you can usually catch them about halfway between the end of the level and the end of the actual stage, it KOs hard.
It does. It really does KO hard. And that's a great forward air read there by K9. And even better forward air again off the stage.
He spaces that forward air so badly. I don't understand how he does it.
And here comes some more forward air combos here. We'll see it in just a second.
He uses the downward momentum off his forward air to bring him back to the ground, so you have no chance to react.
And, you know, I'll tell you what. It's more technical than most players would think to space that forward air with the fast fall. So he's inputting jump, forward air, fast fall, and jump forward air, fast fall again.
That's not guaranteed by any means.
Yeah. So it's very difficult for him to do. And the down tilt,
Olimar down tilt combos are mean.
Much better than it was in Brawl. I'll tell you that much.
Down tilt was awful.
Yeah, and now it combos into itself.
His non-Pikmin options are actually viable.
And I think that's important with only having 3 Pikmin. And right now, he's going to get a lot of % in off of that back air.
And because overall, I approve of the changes they made to Olimar because of
he doesn't have any Pikmin right now, and I'm glad he was able to get some out because it's not good to see an Olimar with no Pikmin.
No, that doesn't mean you can survive without Pikmin. You need all 3 of your Pikmin at all times.
And great conversion by Sheik there.
Sheik handles it.
I'm glad to see K9 got his head back in the game.
Are we just gonna keep seeing Smashvilles over and over again?
You know, it's said to be the most balanced map in Smash
I
right
think
now.
it is. I mean,
and
there's a very
most of these
small
high-level
element
players,
of RNG with the moving platform.
Right.
But we like that. We like a little spice. You know, it makes it a little fun.
And you know,
to
the
watch.
thing is about Smashville, most players say, you know, if I can beat you, I'm going to beat you on the balance map. I'm not going to counter pick you. I'm not going to take you to Congo Jungle 64 and rely on the little spinning barrel. Like, I'm going to beat you on a map.
I still
that
can't
is a
believe
balanced
that Koopa
map.
Jr. got bailed out by that barrel.
I know, that was crazy. Man.
That's the thing, which makes it fun to watch, but you got to be frustrated if.
But as the other player, it's a big deal.
You're feeling pretty
great.
salty.
And oh god, you know that is the second time I've seen that from K9 tonight.
Does the recovery give, dude?
Yeah, and you know. It's really crazy. They made that KO even not stage spiking it. KO's very hard.
And another thing is, Rich Brown is capable of teching that, but he wasn't expecting it.
He wasn't expecting it at all. He probably thought that he was going to ledge snap, have the invincibility frames, and be good. But you know, getting that tech that quickly, like that, right off the side of the stage, is very difficult.
Can't take it for granted. It's not.
It's very
not easy at all.
Nope.
This Olimar looks to be a little overwhelmed.
You know, he's very flustered right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him switch characters after this game. Great spike,
Is that a white
though.
spike?
Yeah, that was a white spike, I believe.
Had a white spike.
Doesn't matter,
Alright.
because as long as you get him right at the bottom of that stage, Olimar can come back and Sheik can't. And that's important.
And I feel like that's the biggest improvement they made to Olimar.
His recovery.
You combated Olimar by gimping him, and it made it not fun to watch. When
It's true. It's true. All you'd have to do, run off, grab that ledge when he uses his recovery, and you know it wasn't entertaining. And you know what? It felt bad because it felt like you were playing a character that was very good except for one thing. And I feel like in this game they really evened that out and said, you know what? We're gonna make an all-around good character. And we're gonna give him a good recovery. We're gonna give him a lot of good options.
Because it wasn't fair that no matter how good you were with Olimar, you simply couldn't contend.
And
as
there's
he
the
could
stage spike with
again
the forward air.
with the floaty aerial characters. And as we can see, K9 recovers quickly from that first double SD match and is taking control.
All right, now it's 2-1 to K9. Do we think we're going to see a counter pick now?
I feel like you have to. He's figured him out twice in a row. He's not changing anything.
Yeah.
He's got to switch something.
I feel like he's going to switch to the Villager.
We're going to switch.
And you know,
to the Villager switch.
yeah, he could switch to Villager. I did see him play somebody else. I can't remember who it was in doubles.
You know, the range over air on Villager, I feel like is a good way to combat.
Well, he went back to Olimar, and I think they're running back to Smashville.
Yeah,
Here it is.
Boy, this is a battle of pride here now.
And really, that's exactly what it is at this point. It's a point of pride that you're going to play them on Smashville, and you're going to beat them with something that you've been beaten on before.
Nice
you're going to prove
starting
that I'm the better character. Great down tilts there by Rich Brown. Great forward airs by K9. Right now, we have a very even match.
I think the fact that they keep going back to Smashville also kind of displays the respect these players would have for one another.
Yeah,
and the characters they were playing.
Definitely. You know, these characters from different states, Rich Brown being from California, K9 being from Arizona,
Gotta love it,
and
man.
still playing together often enough to know that you have to have respect for the other player.
Yeah, it's you know, you're only half of the match. Your opponent's
Exactly.
the other half. And I feel like, especially in this early part in the game, in the early life of Smash Bros. It's only been on for 2 months, matchups. No one knows.
No one knows these matchups.
There's not even
not perfect.
There's not even an agreed upon universal matchup chart yet.
Exactly.
So we're kind of watching this game
Develop.
create itself right now.
The meta's developing, and
not
really
to
great
mention-
DI by Rich Brown, but the bouncing fish gets him.
The turnaround bouncing fish KOs him easy.
You know, and that is a very technical input, even just that turnaround bouncing fish.
So difficult.
Especially in the moment like
Not
that.
only to
recognize
turn-
the option.
Not only to recognize something, turn around and do it, but space it right.
Exactly.
So that you land the way you want to.
And right now, we have a hype match, boys. 20% on the Olimar, 2%, 3%, 4% on the Sheik.
Olimar is not giving up. He knows he is capable of winning this match.
And you know what? I think that right now, he's accepted that, you know what, I'm going to go in and I'm going to prove that I'm the better player. And, you know, and if he's not, he's going to say, I'm going to practice next time. I'm going to practice for next time.
And, you know, it's awesome because a lot of these players that you get so much hype about, I mean, all we do is talk about Foe. Everyone's talking about Foe and how good he is. And, you know, they're not cocky. They're not
great
douchebags.
guys.
They're great guys. And they're helpful if you say, hey, man, you know, how do I do this? They'll help you out.
Teach me this matchup.
Maybe not during tournament time.
Yeah, not during tournament. Too much
You got to
focus
stick
there.
around till, let's see, maybe 12 a.m., which
11:23 right now.
11:23 California time.
Yeah,
So
Pacific.
We're getting
And,
into the. Looks like we're probably going to be going into the morning here.
Yeah, into the early morning. I think we have this venue reserved until like 7 in the morning.
And you know, there's so many technical
But, you know,
aspects too that people aren't even aware of. Like the fact that Olimar's recovery length and distance changes based on how many Pikmin you hold and which type of Pikmin. So
Exactly.
the purple weigh you down more. Ooh, as Sheik finishes him off with the backer. So
Great ledge trump
you saw-
right there by Sheik.
You saw Olimar go underneath the map and go to the other side. He was capable of doing that. I don't think you can do that if you're holding a purple. I think
If
it
you're
weighs
holding
you down.
3 purples, I know you
You
definitely
definitely cannot. Yeah.
can. So,
All right. That was
and you know,
Good match.
that is 3-1 to K9. Shoutouts to K9.
but
Awesome
dude, you
awesome
gotta
guy.
give a shout out to
To Rich Brown,
man.
pulling
That
out
was-
the Olimar.
It's
You
impressive.
know, that's something that